Oh no, is Coldplay back? Oh shit. Coldplay fuck. Yeah, it's not actually Coldplay, but it's I made the joke the other day. Cause the song sounds like it sounds like you took the interlude in every Coldplay song and just kind of mashed it together, and that was like more or less the song. Oh shit! That bread looking like possibly selling the house? Let's go. Let's go. Well, I was there so long I shit out a rock crag. I need more fiber in my diet. Okay, so... where did I leave off? Oh, right, the next, spaghetti monster. Right. Presumably we're ready for this. I made a shotgun. I have an assault rifle. I still don't understand how the extra ammo fucking things work. Booba is still in place. Worth. Lots of blood bags. Blood grenades. I don't think there's anything else we can actually afford to unlock here that's, or, well, and that makes sense anyway. Oh, right. I mean, yeah, sure. Oh no, we already have that. Yeah, so nothing else is really... Norman Reedus has diabetes? Maybe he could be the new Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley. Going there at night seems like a horrible idea, but... You let Drew Holiday go for a bag of chips when you find yourself stuck in the second apron hell. Kind of like I'm stuck on this rock right now. Possibly the worst way that I could get down here, but I'm committed now. God, the size of the rocks this thing gets hung up on. This thing gets stuck on absolutely everything. Rock lords, powerful living rocks. The sun has risen. God, driving this thing is like pulling teeth. The only vehicle I can think of off the top of my head that is as annoying to drive as this thing is like the Halo Warthog. And even the Halo Warthog you get used to after a while. Austin Reeves declining his extension. I don't blame him, because I don't think he was ever going to get the money that he's actually worth in LA.
At our destination. Do you see anything suspicious?
Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Well, I mean, all the tar, for one. That vehicle might be dead to me. That can't be good. Oh, we gonna meet Troy Baker or some shit in this bitch? We gonna play Wonderwall?
Well now, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Sounds like Troy.
Been a long time, Sam.
Fuck, how you still alive?
Oh, no, I'm just a ghost. Come to take my revenge on you and that bitch Fragile. All the way from the other side. Of course, there's no point in trying to kill you. When
did that mask change? Is he pulling like a hexadecimal from fucking...
There are plenty of other ways to make you suffer.
Reboot?
Huh? The kid kicked the bucket, huh? Shame. Goddamn shame.
It is! It's changing! Wow, he really pulled a reboot reference.
Pod? Going on a walkabout? Well, that's touching. Even if you don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
Why is he speaking like fucking what's-his-face from The Walking Dead?
Maybe I...
Is he Neganing right now?
Kill you, you won't die.
He's being Negan!
Lose everything you love.
Well.
And the rest of time, knowing that death will never come for you. You go on a little walkabout.
Fuck.
Wherever you want, but I will be damned if I let you link up this continent. Not because extinction's my creed, though. No. I want to build a world where fear and violence are king. And who do you think will come out on top, Sam? You? With your hippy-dippy network? Or me? With my more rough and tumble methods? I can't wait to find out. Just a good old-fashioned boss fight. Cruelty or collaboration? The eternal choice. Let's put him to the test.
What a hit! Cliche, but that one's gotta hurt.
Dick move, bro.
Are you injured, Sam? Nice one. That one seems to have done some damage. Well done, Sam. That last attack of yours seems to have left a mark.
Oh, hi. Sir? This is a Wendy's? Excuse me. My man is in shambles.
Well done, Sam. That last attack of yours seems to have left a mark.
Dark Lord's powerful living
That
carts!
was amazing, Sam. Great work. Now let's get this place on the Cairo network.
So,
Feels good.
yeah. That was something. We had a couple of shotguns in here. Yeah, we did pretty good there. You know, we didn't take much damage. I think I got hit like once, dead on, and the rest we kind of clapped cheeks. Were we supposed to be excited about that fight? I mean, listen, I'm not gonna say the fight was dog shit or anything. It was fine. It's just that it's like every combat sequence in this game. It's fine. But I can't say anything more than it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just okay. Oh, you know what? I might want that over double shotgun. Did my poor vehicle get sent to the fucking Shadow Realm? That would be highly unfortunate. I should have known better than to actually drive it all the way in here. Oh no, it's over there. Okay. They kindly, moved it for us. Yeah, so I mean, like, listen, the combat is better than it was in the first game. But that's not a high bar. And the combat feels fine. The cycling through weapons is... I still don't, like, maybe it's me. Like, I've got my shortcut here, right? But that's only to equip and unequip what I have on that shortcut right now. If I hold it, it brings up this for me to, you know, go through. But if you have, like, a primary, secondary weapon situation, you have to, to my knowledge, I have to go in here to switch between what I'm doing. And that includes grenades. So if I'm in here and I'm using a gun, but now I want to use a grenade, then I'm, like, in here, you know, fucking around with this stuff. Unless if there is a different way, let me know. Because I could be wrong. But this is the only way that I'm aware of. You know, and that's not great, if that's okay. That's pretty bad. But like, the guns feel fine. They sound fine. R3 to set or move or remove as default. But what would that even mean? Doesn't that just change what you bring out? No, shotgun. What does that even do? No, you can't select multiple. Huh. Like if it's a go-to? But like what, okay, so like what if I make the shotgun the go-to, but I have, or make this the go-to, but I have the shotgun on? Right? So if I then unequip this, it's still the shotgun. I have no idea what that's supposed to do. Is it because it wasn't in the, it wasn't out of the box yet? Hey, what's up, Adam? How you doing? I really and truly, I don't know. And maybe it makes me stupid. I don't know. I find it crazy that given the number of games I've played in my lifetime, that I even have to guess at what any of that does, or like how to even more efficiently go through weapon selection and shit, like insanely unintuitive. And like I can kind of see maybe why it's the way it is, in the sense that it might be the way it is because, you know, there's so many other mechanics of the traveling, right? So like if I don't have a weapon equipped, if I hold in R2, I'm, you know, balancing, right? Balancing. Right? But, you know, if you have this out, that changes what R2 and L2 do. Right? So, why not, when this is out, just change the other D-pad buttons? Because if I have this out, I'm ready for combat. I don't really need a shortcut into cargo management. Or if you want to leave cargo management, surely I don't need, you know, this immediately or some shit. There's gotta be a way Ah! The last day at work. There you go. The hunt begins. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. But I said this in a tweet, I can't even remember if that was earlier today or if it was yesterday, but, I think it was yesterday. But I mentioned it on stream too. I mean, this feels like this is just a, you know, they're getting, Kojima's getting closer and closer to Metal Gear Solid. And it feels weird that Sam is like, you know, dual purposing, being this porter that has a special ability that allows him uniquely to take part in this world in a way that is required of him, but then also make him a fucking, like, super soldier. Thank you for the addition, Drekka. So, you know, for me, it lost a little something when they tried to, like, lean more into combat, or the degree to which the style of combat you can do, or, yeah, maybe just the degree of combat. So, I think that this game sells better. I don't mean from a physical copies sold perspective, but, like, just, it sells itself better, if Sam is capable of using weapons, but he's not, like, Solid fucking Snake, right? In my mind, the combat in this game should be closer to survival horror than action adventure. Or, like, third-person shooter. Because at the core of it, it's the porter aspect, and then you're getting this stuff on the side, but you're doing it out of necessity. You're not doing it because that's who or what Sam is by default. So, unless in this game at some point down the road we discover that Sam in a previous life was some sort of fucking, like, you know, military super soldier, you know, this is just a, you know. But I suppose to some degree the challenge for Kojima, who clearly wants to make this a, you know, from the start wanted to make this a multi-game situation, that if some level of combat wasn't involved, then perhaps it would not have been able to hold up from a gameplay perspective across multiple games for enough people, and so maybe that was the maybe that was the trouble.
Your name is Sam, isn't it? We owe you one. What in the hell was that thing anyway? It looked like a machine, but none I've ever seen before. Right. We need to assess the situation. Foes like that are no joke, but you made it look easy. I hope we can continue to rely on you in the future. This moment's been a long time coming. Please use your Cupid to connect us.
Can I get like a shower, maybe? Of course, her name would be Westbury in West Fort Knott. So when does Kojima get crucified for his naming conventions for characters like J.K. Rowling has been? When does that happen? Oh, right. First game had that. Boom.
Great. No issues establishing a chiral network connection. By the way, we've sent some folks out to recover the wreckage of that giant mech that attacked us earlier. Only prudent we study it, you know? If we learn anything of value, we'll be sure to relay it to Drawbridge right away.
Hopefully you guys don't hear the fan I have running in the background while I'm talking too badly.
This is the President. Due to your
Hi, President.
tireless efforts, West Fort Knott is now part of the chiral network. A great achievement. I salute you. However, this expansion has done little to address the anomalous activity observed across the continent. Elsewhere, disruptions in the tar currents are growing ever more prevalent. Only by connecting all of Australia can we hope to resolve this situation.
Just predicting what you're saying.
So, we will create the optimal conditions for a new plate gate to manifest as well. We are one step closer to making the chiral verse a reality and ensuring humanity.
The chiral verse.
The road ahead is still fraught with peril, but I have the utmost
Is that like the
faith in your
Snyderverse?
capabilities. For now, though, please take a well-deserved break aboard the DHV Magellan.
The Kyleverse? Oh, the sexy Kyleverse.
Order completed. Well done. I will always support you. Safety first. Heathcliff.
Was it really Higgs? He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
He found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
it was definitely his voice I heard. I didn't get a good look at his face, but yeah. He said he came back to get revenge on you and me. Screwing with our plans to link up Australia was just another way to do that.
They were all in red. Just like the ones at your place. That could have been him too.
You think that was Higgs? Did you see him hurt Lou?
I'm not sure.
Fragile.
Would
I
it
need you to
matter?
remember.
I only caught a glimpse. But they were all wearing red. had him at my mercy on Amelie's beach. If I'd only finished him off, none of this would have happened.
Hold on, love. I'm mid cutscene. Hold on.
No. You can't blame yourself. You know, something's been bugging me. Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou. It hit me after. He's absolutely right. I mean, the kid's whole life is a total mystery to me. So I gotta ask. Can you look into Lou's past? Find out what you can? Charlie, you, the ship's crew, you all have connections within the UCA, right? And at least one of you has to have access to the UCA archives that were recovered by the Chiral Network.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
I feel like they could have, you know, chosen to have her get shot more fatally before she completely wipes out. She got grazed on the arm.
Really, Sam? There's such a thing as too tight. Oh. That must have been quite the nightmare. I can't feel my legs.
That is technically a grown-ass man that he had on his chest right there, sleeping with him.
Sam, this is Tarman. Feeling refreshed, I hope? Thanks to all your hard graft, the DHV Magellan can get around a lot more freely now. More specifically, we can travel between any two facilities that are connected to the chiral network by way of the tar currents. Naturally, this includes Mexico as well. If you're curious about how the folks in the places you visited are getting on, you can catch up on any recent developments by accessing the Corpus via your ring terminal. And to have the Magellan travel to a given facility, simply open the map with your ring terminal and chart a course to your destination.
Okay. One sec, guys. What can I do for you, load?
Wow.
And back. Hey, man, Kiwi! 52 months, welcome back. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, man, Kiwi. Hoping for another 52 or more, please more. Is Adam still streaming in 4 years? What a question. I will be 40 years old. You never know. It could happen.
You know, I've been thinking about what happened to Lou. Fragile holds herself personally responsible for those
Project
events.
LeBron.
If Higgs was indeed behind the attack, then I can understand why she feels that way. Why she blames herself for setting everything in motion. But she's resolved not to let any of it show. To bottle it up and put on a brave face. She didn't used to smoke before, did she? I suspect it's a form of self-punishment she's adopted. Vengeance gives rise to a cycle of violence, and Higgs wouldn't have it any other way. But she's committed to helping you complete this journey, together with Lou, to get you back on your feet. And if she believes she has to bury her emotions and play the part of a hard-nosed commander to do that, she will. That's what I think, anyway. I'm sure you can understand her position.
Sure. Fun fact, apparently Hideo Kojima decided that, yeah, I agree, roll your eyes. Hideo Kojima, found old footage of Leah, Sydal, smoking. And she had quit smoking, mind you. But, I know. But, Kojima thought that she looked attractive while smoking, and so he decided to make her character smoke in the game again. And guess who picked up smoking again after playing the character who picked up smoking?
Why don't you try freshening up with a shower? That masked man. That was Higgs, wasn't it? I had no idea he commanded such terrible powers. To summon a giant mech single-handedly. I expect he's behind recent disruptions to the tar currents, too. Well, you don't have to face him
It's like,
alone, Sam.
imagine that you're working with somebody who's been, you know, sober for 5 years or something off the alcohol. And they're in your game, and the next game you're like, oh man, the old footage of you with a whiskey glass in your hand, I mean, you look so classy, you look so cool. What if we made your character pick up the whiskey? What the fuck? Why? Do I want to know a secret about the doll? Sure. If you play his song, he does a K-pop perform. I mean, why not? I'll allow it. Which song is it then? Oh, it must be this one because he's mentioned Daichi or whatever in conversation. Is it this one?
Do you have a moment?
Spectacular.
Do you have a moment, Sam?
Oh, so you can just get that performance whenever you want. You know what? No, I mean, listen. I love me an Easter egg. All right, I love me, and that's a good one. That's a solid one. It was good shit. Love me an Easter egg. Have I compared this graphically to the first one? I mean, I haven't played the first one since I played the first one. I mean, with certainty, this is a better looking game than the first one. The first one was already a pretty good looking game. But this is polished, right? He had more time to work on
there will be severe repercussions.
tightening things up.
What makes you think you have a choice?
Sam, it's Charlie. Another request is ready for you. You'll find it listed as a main order on the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal.
I mean, the thing that gotcha, apparently everyone's raving about how much better this looks. I mean, it's a better looking game. I mean, because, you know, the first game he made, it was his first real time out with the engine, right? And this is made on the whatchamacallit engine from the, from Gorilla, the Decima engine. And, yeah, step away, we might be finalizing this on. Let's go! Good luck, Dapred. Yeah, so it was his first time with the engine, and he still managed to make a really great looking game, with the first one. And then he was given, you know, many more years to work on this one. And so, you know, he's really squeezing a lot out of this engine. Obviously, like any engine, it can be built onto and expanded upon over time. The Horizon team, of course, did that as well. You saw that in Forbidden West, which is a gorgeous game. There are strengths and weaknesses with the engine, but it is a very strong engine that produces very, very good, consistent visuals. Its weakness seems to be in facial animation. But that's like every engine right now, is that unless you have the time and money to pay somebody to fucking, you know, do a lot of touch-up work on what would be mo-capped or automated, more likely, voiceover work. Yeah, it's just the way it is. But, stylistically, great, you know, it's got great lighting, it does distance really well. I think that is it Decima? Oh, okay. Thank you. I couldn't remember. It's been so long since I've heard it said out loud on video or something. I think the most important or most impressive part of this for me is that I'm in performance mode right now, right? And the thing that immediately stands out to me, if you asked me, you know, what are the standout things despite the fact that you're playing in performance mode and not even the fancy mode, is there is almost no aliasing. It's so minimal. There is a very... I mean, I gotta go looking for it. And that's on performance mode. And you know that shit is running at a lower resolution in performance mode. And it's just so minimal. Like, you gotta go looking for it to really find it. And when there is aliasing, it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things. The lighting is really well done. Proportions of things. Kojima's always been pretty good, and now this is could be turned into a meme because of all the women he's put into his games, but he's always been really good about doing very kind of true to life proportions with his scales for people and what people are interacting with in games. The scale always feels appropriate. It doesn't feel odd. But yeah, I mean, it would be weird if this wasn't a considerably better looking game on average because of the extra time you had on it and the improvements the engine had access to in that time period. But it's a really good looking game. Here's the best thing that you could say about it visually is that this is running on a base PS5. This game looking the way that it does makes the PS5 Pro redundant. It's optimized well enough and looks good enough on performance mode that there is no reason why anyone would have to like rush out and buy a PS5 Pro because they wanted to see this game look really good. Because it's just not necessary. The reaction is along the lines of I didn't think jumps like this were possible anymore. I would have to go back and play the original on this PS5 because it's been too long. And you know the PC port wouldn't be a fair comparison, so I would have to go back and look. But I would, in my mind's eye, this is a relatively substantive jump. And I mean the original's old enough. It was on the PS4, right? So, I mean, that's a whole, you know, other bag of fucking worms in and of itself.
So you know, Sam, Fragile is currently looking into Lou.
But what I love most about this is that it's not Unreal Engine.
For now,
and it looks this good and it runs this great on available hardware, and I think that's incredibly important so many ways. Now I know that the Decima engine is not available to everyone the way the Unreal Engine is, and it's not like something that you can canvas teach people, but I still think it's important for other engines to be out there doing this kind of shit.
That they don't even have enough to prepare cargo for your next destination. This next order is intended to alleviate the situation. You're to restore the mine north of F1 and its monorail station to working order and link up West Fort Knott. After which, you'll deliver a large quantity of excavated materials from the mine to the settlement by rail. As this is a somewhat complicated order, I'll brief you on the details as you review the map. Anyway, I'd appreciate it if you could make this main order your top priority.
Oh, Fox, what is this? Oh. Yeah, no, they are together. A lot. We have news about Halo. Reportedly, Halo Studio is set to show off what they've been cooking in October. Yeah, so it'll be moving faster because, again, they're in Unreal Engine now. And that means that when they hire people to help with the project, they're going to be able to actually just outright, get to work right off the rip. Do we know who the management is in Halo Studio at this point? We know that they removed much of the 343 people. I'm interested in who's left and who's actually in those positions. I don't even know if we know. They might not even be telling people. You'd have to go fucking hunt that information down, probably. $4,800 to the city. Holy shit.
All right, Sam. You'll need to work through several steps to complete this order. To begin with, collect the cache of materials waiting for you on the DHV Magellan. Take these to the mine north of F1. The location has been marked for you on your map. And when you arrive there, submit the materials using the terminal on site. This will allow you to restore the facility to working order. Next, access the terminal again to commence mining operations. If all goes well, a large quantity of materials should be extracted. You'll then need to deliver those materials to West Fort Knott. Consider making use of the monorail located at the mine to make life easier. Upon your arrival at F1, use the delivery terminal to submit all the materials for processing and to finally complete the order. That's all there is to it. So begin plotting your route to the mine north of F1.
Good God. We're gonna go right there, see if we can get a bridge up, if there isn't one already.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
On this occasion, you'll be delivering some heavy materials. You can use a tri-cruiser to transport them. Alternatively, floating carriers can now be fabricated. These carriers are ideal for taking heavy cargo across terrain ill-suited to vehicles. If that sounds good to you, try fabricating one and loading the materials onto it.
I don't know, I feel like I'd rather just...
Carrier for cargo, you can hop aboard and kick the ground and use it as a
punch myself in the balls over and over again and drive the vehicle over it.
Require chiral crystals to function, so keep a supply on hand.
What do I have on me? I've got climbing anchors. I feel like I want to put this... Can I not put that in private? Oh, I'll figure that out later. I've got multiple ladders, 3 ladders, a lot of ladders. 3 ladders, but no... Okay. Wait, do I not have, like, any access? Oh, that's in the private locker. Oh, never mind. Where then is... There it is. Actually, hold on. Is this... That's also MP. Alright, good. Oh, boy. Very exciting news, by the way. After months of meaning to make it happen at some point, I finally added a little splash of something in the corner of the office to make me feel like I can look at something, even if it's fake, to to give the illusion that I'm outside. I will put a wonderful picture in PubGen for everyone to witness my glory. Very exciting, very thrilling stuff. I can now my brain can truly feel like I am not stuck in a basement without some greenery. It is the concept of a decoration, yes. Put down some AstroTurf the fucking office. Holy shit. I don't know, Mark. Big Bush in 2025 is probably making a comeback.
Disengaging weapons restrictions. Take care.
Alright, so there's a little bridge down there. Russell Crowe delivered additional... Man, what the fuck?
Gatequake detected. Intensity. G-scale. 7.
Alright, here we go.
Okay.
Got a couple of options here. Oh, did Kojim Bro conveniently put rocks here to, Oh, wait.
Process now complete.
Oh, right, that's just the base. I need to actually be able to build the rest of it. What do we need? 600 metals! Okay. You thought I was gonna jump it? Yo, Fetty, hit that big ass ramp! No, I'm not. I'm not gonna jump it. I'd be full sending it down a waterfall with all these materials. It'd be a real bad idea. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Lining this bitch up. Oh, you son of a bitch. How are you gonna tell me that you can't? Alright. Around here somewhere. That can't be good. The camera pull out, that's gonna be bad. Nothing good can come of that.
Security measures lifted.
Decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
That's totally sane to do, right?
Not enough resources, huh?
What are you talking about? Ah. It doesn't automatically...
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry. All right then, why don't we extract some materials?
Please submit materials.
Well, that was quick.
Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is load the extracted materials onto the monorail for transport. Let's begin by accessing that delivery terminal.
And away we go! I love trains!
Entering chiral network coverage.
There's gotta be a safer way for us to travel on this thing. There's gotta be.
Cargo transported by the monorail has been placed in your private locker.
Bless.
Cargo can be delivered via the terminal.
Did you actually manage to restore the monorail? Awesome. With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look at these materials you brought. Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while.
The fucking Zamboni? Alright.
We've made some great strides in our research thanks to you. If it's alright, we'd like you to have this. Just wanted to let you know that we're increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Nailed it.
Oh, here's a little something extra as thanks. I got them just for you. Figured they'd suit your style. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real collector's item, I hear.
Oh, wow. Kojima's own glasses.
We really appreciate your help. At the risk of stating the obvious, it's gonna take an awful lot of resources to restore the other roads and monorails to working order. But at least with this monorail operational, you can bring us large shipments of materials with relatively minimal effort. That's gonna go a long way towards getting other sections up and running again. We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. I'm pretty fond of them myself.
Great.
Sure. The monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has seen it degrade significantly. And with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's not been possible to repair the damage. If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any materials you can spare. Even a small contribution will make a difference. Anyway, just something to think about. We're so grateful for the assistance, Sam. You've been a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
You managed to save the day, Sam. The people here now have more than enough supplies for their needs. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next delivery too. But first, I have some information to share with you. About Lou.
Go
Return
on.
to DHV Magellan so we can talk.
Oh boy.
Order completed. Well done.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go finish that bridge real quick. How many medals was it? 400? I'm sure putting 400 metal exclusively on the left-hand side of a tricycle is going to be fine. Don't hang it off the back end or the middle or anything like that. Ah, all of a sudden, a road. I wonder if our bridge base is now redundant. It wouldn't be entirely, because for people who are in the game and haven't done this yet, we'll do it anyway.
Gotta stretch my legs.
Oh, wait. No, I think it will pull up from the tricycle. Maybe. Yep. Oh, it needs 600. Oh, you cunt. Fine, I'll go get the other 200. So I was on another, what feels like at this point, annual Star Wars rabbit hole, like video rabbit hole on YouTube thing today, where I was watching a semi-recent interview that Mark Hamill did with some YouTuber that I'm not even sure how he got the fucking interview, but it was the closest we ever got to Mark getting, or well, not, but yeah, but like taking another step towards just really saying how much The Last Jedi was shit. So that was an interesting watch. And then after that, there was a video on Qui-Gon, because I always watch videos on Qui-Gon Jinn, the best Jedi. There's a video that was kind of like outlining why Palpatine would have prioritized killing Qui-Gon over any other Jedi, even Yoda, at the time. It was, you know, there was some compelling evidence there as to why that would be the case. Fucking Draken, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he did take it a bit too literally. Unfortunately. Although one could say that Darth Maul took it even more literally than that.
That's the spirit.
But yeah, the interview with Mark was interesting, but also super cringe because the interviewer unironically said to Mark Hamill, who was sitting in front of him, somehow he got this interview, I'm not sure who he knows, but he said that The Last Jedi was his favorite Star Wars film, and his favorite Star Wars moment was the Luke drinking, like, green titty milk. And I have never wanted to reach through a screen and strangle somebody so much in a long time. Imagine having the legend himself, Mark Hamill, in video call. And you have like 30 plus minutes with this guy. And you choose... I mean, you have to assume this guy knows that Mark was not particularly fond of The Last Jedi. And he just... you can see, you know, and Mark, you know, has to now navigate these waters of like, how do I say stuff about this or, you know, talk about this gently without... It was a mess. Oh, we're building now, boys. Hell yeah, brother. Increases durability, and then what is... Oh, it's just durability and durability. What does it need? 800 metals and 60 chiral crystals. I'll give you the crystals. Well, I mean, Mark is a down-to-earth guy, but he doesn't just, like, hand out interviews to random YouTubers on a whim. I mean, think about how many really prominent, major Star Wars-specific content creators there are in the space, right? I have to assume that there have been hordes of them that have attempted to get a Mark Hamill interview over the years. And this guy lands it. Which, all the power to him. I mean, it gave us another opportunity to see, you know, Mark doing his thing, and I'm never going to be upset about seeing more Mark Hamill talk about Star Wars. But yeah, I know I didn't like the film. Oh, him and basically everyone in the films didn't like the sequels, and as they went on, they got more and more like risky with how they were dropping hints on you know, red carpet events and etc. Good one, Drekka. Nets trade Cam Johnson to the Nuggets for MPJ and a 2032 first. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, there's gonna have to be a lot of moves just by nature of the second apron becoming a problem for people, right? Alexander Walker from the Wolves for 4 years on the 62. Not bad, not bad. Kevin Looney to the Pelicans for 2 years. Dorian Finney-Smith to the Rockets for 4 years at 53. Is Dorian Finney-Smith worth $13 million a year? I guess in today's NBA, probably.
Repair job, she's practically sparkling.
That was a really intensely delivered line for some reason.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with the BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before your next mission.
I mean, there's got to be a catalyst or an impetus for why Lou is able to do what he does, despite the Stillmother situation, and in fact, the Stillmother situation is probably part of it. But I still think that Lou's mother or Lou's birthing situation was the, you know, an important piece of that. That was my original gut feeling.
Sam, it's Charlie. A new order is now ready for you. I'd also like to brief you on your next destination. And I believe that Fragile wants to have a word as well. Visit the delivery terminal in West Fort Knott to take on the relevant main order.
Sam, it seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me. Feeling well rested after some quality shut-eye? Sam, been a while since you had a proper shower, wouldn't you say? There are organisms in this area that I don't believe I've ever laid eyes on before. My understanding is that they're called chiral creatures, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Apparently, they will drain your batteries if you come into contact with them. There may be other deleterious effects for all we know. And really, you shouldn't be bothering them anyway. There's nothing to be gained from it. It's not like they drop coins when defeated.
Oh my god. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, love. One sec. Ah, yes, Moby Dick.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son?
Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain.
Funny, there was a
Do you wanna hear
game.
the story?
Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Dip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop. You seeing this? I think she's pregnant.
Oh boy.
Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Stop!
Gets a little hot in these rhinos.
And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
What a great opportunity to just stare at
Tar and the beach.
Norman Reedus's bulge.
I've known Tarman for quite a while now, but that was the first time I've heard him speak about his son in that fashion. It made me wish that I could do something, anything to ease his burden. But setting aside those feelings, Suppose that cat of his is in fact his son reborn. Why does it treat me as though I'm a threat? Does it just hate me? Reincarnation or not, perhaps it's still a cat at heart. Oh boy, I really miss the taste of food.
Not the food that's still left in this universe, you don't. Bulge, Gary. Oh my god. That bread, why? Why? Babe.
The extraction was successful. It was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility.
Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? 1.
Does anyone else find it odd that we went through the part where they were, you know, trying not to tell Sam that the BB carrier was empty, but every time we plug in, we're still getting, you know, shared consciousness flashbacks? Like, I already know, like, my theory on all of it is that, you know, Sam's dooms allow him to see shit that nobody else typically can. So it's not odd to me that he may actually be seeing some, you know, beach version of Lou. And that Lou may very well have found his way back to some extent or something. Like, that's great. It's just funny to me that after the other characters, were trying to dance around the idea that this pod is empty, but then also Dollman can see, or at least saw the first 1 or 2 visions and commented on them and even reminded us why those visions happen. Oh, fuck, Dapper. That's the closest thing to funny that you've said in a long time, so I'm gonna give you points on that one. I'll be right back.
Time for a rest.
You've been working pretty hard.
such a good kid. Just a little longer. You're such a good kid. Just let me sleep a little longer. You're such a good kid.
Oh geez, Coldplay again? Oh shit. Good brakes. Spaceballs too? I'm a little sketchy about it.
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory.
I hope it does well.
Western counterpart. This observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge is waiting for you there. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DHV Magellan. I recruited them myself when we first met in the UCA. You can pick up the order from the delivery terminal. I'm looking forward to seeing you both. Thanks again, Sam.
Holy shit, those blackberries are sour. Fuck me. Fox, how is it that I say blackberries are sour and your brain manages to find a way to what I can only assume, if I had to think about it, gets connected in some way, shape, or form to a black man's fucking testicles? Talking about fragile? Oh boy. Oh my god, it's so sour. Every time you see the hands? Oh. Well, it's around her neck. Maybe she's into, well, it wouldn't be auto asphyxiation at that point, would it? Or would it still be considered? Fucking nailed it.
Order accepted. Thank you.
How long before the French beret and handkerchief or some shit or some form of baguette meme from Expedition 33 makes its way into this game? Yeah, this is perfectly sensible. What could go wrong? We did, but it blows through battery like crazy in its ass. So I'm gonna strap this bitch up like a, overladen mule. Oh, did this bridge get completely fucking memed? You're not serious.
They're very close now.
What a pain in the ass. We have no idea how big this area is either. Which is a real bitch. Okay. Fuck it, we ball. this vehicle is actually the worst fucking thing ever put in a video game. I fucking hate it.
Did you just drop some cargo, Sam?
Shut the fuck up. Take the gun out. This thing getting hung up on every fucking rock, every blade of grass, every fucking little tiny thing is... No, I'm not even gonna take it this way. We're going around. Dollman is seriously like, it looks like you're trying to compose a letter, would you like so? Yeah, he's like Clippy. Yeah.
That's a great song.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Hold on a minute. Are you Sam? And does this mean the drawbridge has finally come to the valley? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you could make it. It's an honor to welcome you here. I'm surprised how good this cargo looks. Great job, Sam. We'll be hoping to see more of you in the future. The next step involves the Cupid, yeah?
upgrade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our terraforming initiative. Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh, we've shared our tar cannon data with everyone, by the way. I suspect you'll find it useful in your own work. Try it out. See if it suits your needs. This region was once filled with lush vegetation, over which birds soared and serenaded, till all that beautiful life fell prey to sudden desertification. We swore to do everything in our power to bring back what was lost. Around the time we got started, the APAC people showed up. With their help, we've been able to achieve a modest measure of success. But moving forward, we have to find a way to nurture and protect what little we have on our own. Tar cannons are invaluable pieces of equipment that we use to combat forest fires. While fires are a common occurrence in this region, water is a precious resource. So these cannons were developed as extinguishers that utilize the tar contained within the earth itself. They leverage the tar's viscosity, making them one of the most effective methods of combating fire we have. When deployed on the ground, they can both extract and discharge tar simultaneously. You can pick up the cannon and use it on the go as well, but you'll be unable to refill its tar reservoir while doing so. If you find yourself caught in a wildfire, you'll need to figure out when to shoot and when to move in order to make it out alive.
Don't do that to me. Don't. Do not.
Thanks for everything, Sam. You and Drawbridge have helped ensure that these lands will one day be filled with life again, however long it takes. In particular, that comrade of yours has performed absolute miracles for us. If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the other side of the river, directly opposite this shelter. Come back and visit anytime.
Right. Time to meet up with our comrade. Let's see. They should be around here somewhere.
Of course, it's pissing rain. Absolutely no brakes on this thing. It is truly impressive. It's like they don't exist. Like you just coast to a stop.
Seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing nothing's worrying me.
I think I spooked her.
I really couldn't say. I certainly haven't ever seen her dance like that before.
It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me.
Go on, Sam. Follow her into that facility.
Presumably this chick's dooms makes her able to reverse timefall, which would explain a lot of shit, but most specifically, Fragile. Fragile is, no, another character. Oh, looks like possibly pregnant.
Thanks for coming, Sam.
Fuck right
Sorry
off.
about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
Fucking...
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You had some kind of a trick for dealing with time flow?
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan.
Alright, good night, Deborah.
Fragile. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
Wait until you find out that the hand necklace thing is kind of, like, extensions of her actual hands.
Sam, Charlie here. You may now undertake your next assignment. You can find the relevant main
Oh. I mean, at this point, I'm just waiting for somebody to come along called Exposition Guy.
Was that, tasty, Sam? I was glad to see Rainey in such high spirits. She's grown so bright and energetic, almost unrecognizable from our first meeting. A pity that her child shows no similar signs of development.
Oh, is she in the same situation that, the other girl in the, other fucking bunker?
Rainey used to be much more quiet and withdrawn. She seemed averse to spending time with people.
Is it going through?
Dolls, too. It was singing and dancing that got her to open up. I'm something of a performer myself, though I've never showed anyone.
Yes, you have.
The Rainbow Valley greenhouses are the product of our researchers' hard work. And thanks to you and me, those invaluable structures will endure for a good while yet.
There is Sherlock, yep. Indeed. Oh, for fuck's sake, Drekka. Yeah, fuck you. Are you proud of yourself? Okay. You're gonna tell me nobody put a damn bridge here? Unnecessary, but alright. Points for style.
Sam, your next order requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo, the subject of an important experiment. Seems the bushland area it hopped off to is one where the chiral density is extremely high, meaning you'll need to get it back to the animal shelter ASAP to ensure its safety. This is a ticking clock situation, Sam. I'll brief you on the details while you review your map. Accept the main order from this delivery terminal when you're ready to get underway.
I mean, this is starting to feel like we're fucking one step away from a dingo ate my baby. What, are we gonna be blocked by this? Stop the man. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If I can get it to be... that's in the way. How far away do I have to be from it? Here? Holy shit, we're threading the needle, lads. It's just kind of an awkward fucking... spot.
Let's get this done.
Oh, I don't know. Can you change the length of it? I don't have a fucking clue. I wasn't paying that close attention to the UI, to be honest.
Construction process now complete. Structure successfully dismantled.
Well... balls. Ah, there we go. Oh. Nope, it's those... It's just this length and then longer. God, if we could get it to go up the damn hill. Which you'd think we'd be able to do here. Maybe if it's longer, I can... I fucking had this bitch in place. And now, here we are. Fuck it, we see if that ends up being weird. I feel like I'm just gonna get dumped right into that fucking rock face or something. It would be nice if you had like an overhead view instead of just winging it. Okay, that's not complete dog shit. Yeah, these bridges feel like if you had like at least a 20-meter one, so like a 20, or like if you want, if it's 30 and 45 or whatever, if you did like a 15, a 30, a 45.
Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, allow me to provide additional information. The kangaroo you're looking for is somewhere in this area.
Stop.
Once you've arrived, use your Odradek to begin searching for the creature.
Okay.
Transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need to fabricate anything unique. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on your back like any other container. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers and uneven terrain. Bear this in mind when considering what equipment to take with you. All right, time to proceed with route planning and final preparations.
Hiya!
Order accepted. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, but how am I catching it? You didn't give me anything. What? Fabricated? No? fucking whatever.
What in the world?
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Okay, yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I don't have enough metal. Oh, and we have no metal here. Top 3 things that should be illegal but are not. What do you got? I'm quickly approaching Kojima making video games on that list. Top 3 things that should be illegal but are not. Tax shelters. Corporations being considered people to create like basically no liability situations and the proliferation of numbered companies. And Disney owning Star Wars. So, like, this quest being in the game, fine. This quest being part of the main quest?
In an animal carrier for transport.
Yep, that's it. Come on. Don't worry, buddy. I just gotta fight the game for a second. That can't be safe. Can I not put that on the...
All right, time to make our getaway. There's a dangerous location on your map, Sam. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Let's keep moving to ensure that doesn't happen. We need to get away from here as quickly as possible.
Thank you, doll man.
I'm still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
Why do you talk so much? Like, you have nothing important to add, nothing important to say, and yet...
Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the
You must be Sam. We've heard all about you from your friends at Drawbridge. Go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
Okay. Don't suppose you could bring some of that rain there, Rainy? Rainey was actually shortlisted to be in the next X-Men movie, but they already had Storm.
Thank you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
It's been about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Like, they talk about each other, they, like, embrace each other and all this other shit, like they've known each other for fucking 20 years, and then you find out that they first met 6 months ago.
Outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it.
Holy shit, she's an actual X-Men.
My parents who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall.
Holy fuck, she's an actual X-Men.
A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters. I struck out on my own.
Unaffected by the timefall, obviously.
I was alone for so long. In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother. Hi, Dad.
What?
You're safe. But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
I'm sorry.
No. We need to leave right now.
Please.
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day. I'm so sorry.
Hey there. You're Rainey, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm, poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me? I believe you can save the world.
You do?
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. My name's Fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you. For both of you.
Oh my god, no.
And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. We wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold. Come on.
Thank you. That was quite the display. Drawbridge is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us, the animals are unharmed and the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief. Anyway, I'll check your orders now. The kangaroo seems to be good and healthy. Nothing to worry about. I can't believe you found this. We'd all but given up hope. I hope you'll continue to work with us.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The kangaroo you rescued seems to be all right, thank goodness. Oh, she's so very special to us, and we're relieved to have her back in one piece. Once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit anytime you like. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hologrenade data to the network. You can trigger it remotely once thrown, creating a distraction that'll lure enemies away. It might just save your life if you run afoul of any troublemakers. Well, we first found her in an area with high concentrations of chiralium. How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still don't understand completely. But it's thought this may be a key factor in how chiral creatures come into existence. So, You can see why our wee girl would be an invaluable research subject. Cheers, Sam. You've really helped us out. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many native species that predate the Death Stranding. And once they're gone, there's no getting them back. Between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt, it's been pretty bad. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when Australia is fully linked up. So I've got high expectations for you and your friends. Speaking of which, how would you feel about assisting us with our preservation efforts? It'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own and bringing them to us. Even a few would make a real difference. Give it some thought, eh?
Well done, Sam. Return to the DHV Magellan and report to the bridge. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Rainey and her talents.
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks for stepping up.
Okay, so, I am trying really hard to take on all of this story stuff in good faith and not completely derail myself into
Sam, there's another portrait.
you know, just
Since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could
immediately
make use of the
having
additional
some
data
sort
to
of
make a safe
visceral
run.
meme reaction to
Roy,
every
say hello.
aspect. Like, I don't want to go down that road because I got a lot of game left. But I'll be damned if this game is making it really, really, really hard. Because there is some interesting, you know, symbology and, you know, some analogous shit to real life going on here, and there might even be some semi-intriguing character ideas here, but everything gets reduced down to such overt, oversimplified, like cogs in a greater, overly complex, kind of self-masturbatory,
just a little longer.
you know, greater puzzle, greater machine that that it really makes it difficult to enjoy these small aspects that are, you know, intriguing and kind of a neat idea or whatever. that's kind of what I've been struggling with. You know, the game part is the game part, and there's good and there's bad, and most of it is good, and but there's some bad, and there's some very interesting ideas with how your game world connects with. Yeah, I'm wrapping up with other people's additions and whatnot, and this whole idea of connection in a world that has been seemingly forced to be disconnected, and but I'll be damned if it didn't, if they didn't, or if Kojima didn't find a way to just mire all of that kind of interesting stuff in a sea of just I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it.
You're such a good kid.
It's a, it's a real fucking head scratcher. And not in a good way. I'm not saying like the breadcrumb trail that he's leaving, in the grand scheme of the story, the main storyline is a real head scratcher. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, the thing about Kojima, the thing about this shit is that I could almost include anything and everything except for maybe Lou here in video form, and it wouldn't be a spoiler, because almost nothing tells you fucking anything except for the most literal name imaginable.
That hurts.
It reminds me of Zero Punctuation's quote that has never left me felt more correct. Hideo Kojima writes like someone who has never left his house or spoken to another human being except for when renting another cartload of bad action movies and anime. Again, I was saying this the other day, I never played a lot of the Metal Gear Solid games, but I can only assume that none of this is new, and all of this is very much even historically accurate Kojima, where he mixes the overt with the intentionally kind of obscure, and I don't know, it feels like he ends up doing a disservice to his own kind of interesting ideas. Right? Like his ability to kind of find ways to predict some things happening in the real world to some degree, and as the joke has become, but here, let me say it this way. I feel like I'm being gaslit. There's a lot of creatives that, that I have some level of respect for, who revere this man, who want to work with this man, who feel like his work is, incredible, and deep, and meaningful, and etc., etc., lots of superlatives. But I feel like I'm being gaslit. Because, most of the writing in this game, if you step away from the just the premise and the you know, the major plot points that kind of describe the greater story that you get in these, you know, sometimes thin, sometimes extra lengthy exposition dumps. The writing is not good. It's not abysmal, it's not awful, but it's not good. I feel like perhaps some of it is that Kojima is in a sense a visionary, but and a hell of a video game maker. There's no disputing that. But as a writer, like, they're visionary, but then actually like getting that vision incorporated with the game and written well seems to be where the wheels start to fall off. You know, he could use a hand in getting what's up here for characters and the story, the major beats and whatnot, and get it, you know, into his game where he does this great job of crafting these, you know, kind of, in this Death Stranding anyway, unique gameplay loop and unique environment, in general. I mean, he like, the transfer of that needs some assistance. But, you know, depending on who you talk to, there would be a number of people that probably there'd be more people than not that would disagree with me, that would say that all of this makes perfectly good sense, and it's really well written, and it's transformative and incredible, and their life has changed and been altered for, you know, for the better after having played it. I don't, like... Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because none of the characters are particularly relatable to me, or any life experience, including that of my friends and family. Like, I don't even have, like, degrees of separation, you know, ways of having any relatability with any of these characters. And so I just feel like I'm watching, you know, snippets of these characters that are supposed to mean something, and I can't even relate to them enough for these, like, snippets to mean anything. And that's the other weird thing in this, is that it feels like we're still just continuously introducing characters, they don't even, like, they don't even really make sense in the timeline of the game. It just this is kind of my prediction. I feel like we're just gonna keep getting new characters added and having, like, a vignette that makes as little sense as humanly possible, but gives a reason for them to have the most literal name ever fucking crafted. And then after we've collected all of the Avengers, we're just gonna go do the thing, and all of those characters and stuff will somehow form some sort of story Voltron in the 11th hour, in an epic exposition dump that will make a modicum of sense, but probably not too much, and we'll just be left with more questions than answers, like we did in the first game. Like, that's where that feels where this is going at this juncture. It's possible this could be a situation where it's a Kojima has too many yes men around him. I could see that where he has nobody having any checks and balances on him at all. And you know, you could end up with this kind of a result, which to say is it's not a bad game, but there's a lot here that you could certainly argue would be made better. Not from a gameplay perspective per se, although there are things you could probably do, but just from like the writing. So, you know. We'll continue, but for now, I'm gonna go to bed. But we're gonna keep the dream alive. We've got a lot of game left. Judging by that map, we got a lot of shit going on here yet. And probably another 5 characters to be introduced to. Oh boy. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you a great deal. Until I see you, do me a favor. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Stay safe. Have a good one. As always, good luck. Have Batman.